Yeah, people, yeah.
Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Thanks for life, now walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day and again. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up,
Yeah, people, this is Don Diva Dancehall Reggae, artist out of Kingston, Jamaica.
rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Thanks for life, now walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day and again. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed.
Positive energy, positive vibes, right on the Friday Night Vibes. This is the place to keep you alive.
To achieve
Turn it up, turn it up.
regrets, I'm young and I enjoy life. Now I'm sorry, now miss a big side. Put in the work so me I figure the price. So much to explore inside myself that I really want to know outside. What me really have to go, I'm young. Any limit me I go. Clock start tick from the time that I rise up. I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, don't walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day I get. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, don't walk with no stress. One will I vibes, will I miss next.
Yeah, chop, I hear you, my G. I hear you, my G. I hear you.
Until the party done, don't want no one to time me down. When my family straight, I'm a ting well up. One sing like birds from the trees I puff while I'm young. I got to stay strong. I to make moves. Try one time. If me love it.
Yeah, people, it's about that time right now. It's about that time. We have dancehall reggae artist Don Diva up in the building. All right. What's going on, Diva? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's fire, fire. It's hot. You know what I mean? I'm just vibing away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nice
Yeah.
to see you.
Nice to see you. It's a great vibe. I love it. I love it.
100%, 100%, certainly. Yeah, so let's get into this interview right now. Don Diva. For the listeners out there who don't know who is Don Diva, who is Don Diva? Where are you come from?
So originally I come from Jamaica. So born and raised in Jamaica, and I moved to the States when I was young.
All right, awesome. All right, so before we talk about you moving to the United States and stuff like that, walk us through what your life used to be like in Jamaica as a little child.
So as a child, I would honestly say ignorance was bliss because I was just living it up as a child in Jamaica. You know, I didn't have much complaints. I felt like I was around my siblings and my family all the time. I was a very happy child. The one thing I can say was as a child, I remember my mom trying to keep me out of the parties that I didn't belong in. So whether it was a party in the yard or it was a party, it was a road or wherever it was, if I knew it was there, my mom was just like, make sure that she lock up in the house so she can't leave the house.
So you was
Um,
one of them good girls, don't you?
Yes, yes. Anywhere the music was, I was trying to be there. That's my most vivid memory of my childhood in Jamaica. We live in a big yard, so we was around family all the time. So there was, I want to say like 6 to 8 houses in the one big yard of family members, and I lived there for up until I left Jamaica. So I lived with my mother,
Hmm.
and my three siblings at the time, and we live in a big yard with a whole bunch of families, cousins, aunts, uncles, everywhere. The whole lane was family basically. So, but the most important thing for me to mention is that there was music every day playing in Big Yard. So one of my uncles had a huge sound system, and every day we used to wake up and just start, play rhythm, beat rhythm, even down the lane you can hear it. So but my childhood was just so fun. I didn't have much to complain about. I wouldn't
Right.
say we were rich and we weren't poor. My mother did her best, with what she had and her children and the help that she had, to make sure we were okay. And I cannot say I had any complaints as a child. I am number three from my mom. So I wasn't having any responsibilities. My older sister had all the responsibilities, so I was just being a child. So it was great. It was great for me.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So apart before we get in depth in the music and stuff like that, yes, interested you say you live among a lot of family and stuff like that. Walk us through, I don't know, I mean, how long was that? 'Cause you seems to be quite youthful as well too, quite young.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So, do you want to know my age now?
No, no, no. That's all right. You don't need to say it. But let's say all of this probably within the last 20 plus years, 30 years.
Yes, yes, definitely within the last 20 years. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. All right. And because one of the things, Don Diva, it's quite interesting to you speak of the family. That family structure. How would you say how important that family structure was to you as a child growing up? Your uncle, aunties, cousins, your siblings, everybody living within the same, whether within the same yard or the same lane. How
Yeah.
important was that to you, actually, back then, and looking back over the years in your life right now? How important that really mold you and shape you?
As a child, I didn't think much of it, of course, until I was removed from the environment. But now I look back at it and I feel like it it molds me in a way to know that no matter what I'm going through, I always have family. Like I have such a huge family, and I grew up with a huge family that there's nowhere I can look and not have support, you know. And whether it's just someone to talk to, someone to go visit, someone, regardless of what it is, there's family close by, you know. And that just made me realize the importance of having support when it's whether it's you're just going through life as a young adult, or you're something that you really want to do and you have role models to look up to who are also doing the same thing, and you have that inspiration as a child. So for example, my sister sings very well. And I used to hear people talking all the time, oh my gosh, she sings so well, she sings so well, why should I be a singer? And she wasn't interested. And then, of course, my uncle, my grand uncle actually, he would play music every day in the yard. And I'm just like, we're surrounded by music all the time. So those two things kind of just meshed together for me. And that kind of helped me make sense of who I feel like I am. So I was always around family and I was always around music. And I feel like that alone is like kind of made me who I am today, you know? So
Awesome.
I never discouraged for anything because I know I have support somewhere. And if I can't find support in my family, I have that through music, if that makes sense.
Quite interested. Quite interested.
Yeah.
All right. So interesting talk about sound system. So for those people out there, we got quite a lot of folks listening right now all across the world who don't know what is a sound system. Can you walk us through what is the sound system is all about?
So the sound system that I'm used to, of course, you have the big speaker them, the very large speakers, whether I couldn't even tell you what size they were. I just know they were huge and they would sit on the front veranda, and it was just in the corner of the verandas. And then you would go inside his house and he would have smaller speakers around the house. So it's like a surround sound. And then he had a the word is leaving my brain with the controls.
You talk a turntable, a
He had a
mixer.
turntable. Yes, so he had a turntable. I was always interested. I was always curious of what all of these buttons and things was. Because when I just sit on the veranda and I just doing thing, and it's just music just booming. So there's speakers all around. There's a turntable, and of course there's a microphone. Where whether I'm a DJ or I'm just talk to the people in the yard, but
Gotcha, gotcha. Uh-huh.
it's just a big music box.
Right,
Is
right, right.
how I can describe it.
hmm hmm So because for you guys growing up in Jamaica, sound system has been always very integral. You growing up in Jamaica or living in Jamaica and stuff like that. When we talk about sound system, how important sound system is to a artist or the community?
So to an artist, I would say it is definitely very important because you really hear every part of whatever is a rhythm or yeah thing. It gives you an amplified version of what is going on, and it gives you a very good sound, so you can hear every part of the rhythm, you can feel it in the ground shaking. So it really gives you that vibration, that good vibration when you listen to a music, and it helps you to feel and really get into it. from an artist standpoint. And
It
then
become
for
very
the community,
it become very intimate rather to the artist.
yes, yes, yes. And then for the community, like I said, it was so many of us in the same space that everybody, y'all walk down the lane and people are amongst the rhythm walk one, up the lane. So it's like it I feel like it kind of just mellowed out the community in a way. So everybody just have the good vibes that flow through the community, whether they must sing the song or bounce to the rhythm down the lane. So I feel like it kind of gave the community a sense of peace and togetherness, you know. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. One of the things that I've realized over the years with sound system and stuff like that, as you rightly said, it give the community a sense of belonging, a sense of togetherness. And likewise, what a sound system does, it brings money to the community, the development of the community. Would you agree with
You
that?
know,
Yeah,
I did not see that growing
yeah.
up. That I did not see. I think maybe because we were so family
You didn't see
oriented
that.
and everybody in the lane was
It's the
already so
community,
much,
yeah. Uh-huh.
you know. But I will say that when them did throw the parties,
Right,
Outer Road, when them would throw the parties, yes,
right.
they did throw a lot of parties, and I'm pretty sure that the little one shop where I sell the boom and the red stripe,
Here,
them, I
here,
know
here you
they know
go.
they
Here
make
you
enough
go.
money.
Yeah,
They know
you know
they make enough
the
money.
lady have a little cooler and she's selling some. You guys in
Yeah,
Jamaica call it jerk. We call
yeah,
it
so
barbecue or whatever,
yeah, that's
right?
definitely cool because there was a jerk pan. Anytime
Yeah,
party happened, Friday, Saturday night, so on a beat out the road. So there was a jerk pan. People are selling jerk
right,
chicken. My
right.
mother used to actually sell fruits. She had a
Mm-hmm,
fruit stand out there, and she would be out there not too late, but
mm-hmm.
so she had a fruit stand. There was a jerk pan. The people that must sell them, them little Wrigley's and peanuts and them thing there, they would come
Right,
about
exactly.
to make them look of money. So yeah, yeah. Now that I think about it in that way, yes. But those are the parties my mother was trying to keep me away from. So,
Okay.
so I didn't
Well,
get to
well,
see much
well,
of
well,
it.
well. All right, all right, all right. So, at what point in Don Diva's life you actually realize music is the destiny?
Okay, so I had to for a long time I was lying to myself. Let me just say that. As much as I wanted to and I knew I wanted at about 8 years old, I knew that I would want to sing and I love singing and I love music, right? But I was I wasn't really getting much support because I wasn't good at it at first. I would just like the energy and stuff. So I heard a lot of "Top nice, man. You make talk too much, too much nice and them things." So for as a child, I didn't get much support. But when I became honest with myself, I would honestly say, and I started to pursue it. Um, it was when I was around, I want to say 13, 14. So when I had, really into puberty and I was going through all these emotions and stuff and trying to figure out who I am, and I would always just have a notebook and I was writing music about whatever it was that I was going on, whatever it was I was feeling, whatever. So at that point, I knew that I loved music, I love singing, and this is what I want to do. But I was never honest with anybody about what I wanted to be when I grew up.
But
So
wow, but Don Diva, you know, I hear all of that. But someone possibly were your inspiration. Who were the artists?
so at the time, definitely. So it was a lot of Destiny's Child was playing in the yard all the time because this was like 2000, 2005, 2006,
Gotcha.
2007. So it was, Mariah Carey, Destiny's Child, Celine Dion. So that was for me the beginning of me singing and getting into the singing and music. And then honestly, my older sister, because she was always singing, but it was to herself. But the fact that people realized that she could sing so beautifully and she would never really, sing for other people or sing out loud, I kind of, as a child, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get good at this so that I can sing for her. Since she doesn't want to sing. So funny enough, she did inspire me a lot, only because she had the talent and she didn't want to use it. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. Like, why not? And then of course being around sound and stuff. So, but as I got older, definitely Tony Braxton and Mary J. Blige. Yeah, yeah.
Since quite interested, Don Divas, you say you've been listening to a lot of soul, R&B, and those kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're a dancehall reggae artist, and again,
Yeah.
you did not cross the R&B floor or want to do like the Destiny's Child, like the Tony Braxton. You stick
Oh,
with authentic dancehall or reggae music.
yeah.
Why haven't you switched to R&B and stuff like that? Since I mean, you were really into Destiny's Child and those other R&B
You
groups.
know, so that is at that point, I was already in the US and I realized that I was kind of losing touch with my culture because I came here in the US at a young age, and I was listening to, at that time, the songs that were really like playing on repeat were like Capleton and then stuff. And I wasn't really into that at the time, like Capleton, Bob Marley. Wasn't really into that at the time. I was more like into the Celine Dion and Destiny's Child. But once in America, I realized I was losing touch of my culture. I started doing research on dancehall music, reggae music, and getting into the vibe and the energy, and started feeling how reggae music and dancehall music made me feel, and lovers rock. And so that is kind of when I changed, when I felt like I was losing the Jamaica part of me, the Jamaican in me. So that is kind of where it shifted. And I would say that was around the same 14 years old when that shift kind of changed. Yeah.
Understand. I understand. Yeah, you felt like you were losing in touch with your culture, etc.
Yeah.
But you as a Jamaican, as a West Indian, moving to the United States, how difficult was it for you as a young child? Actually, okay, now you're in a big country, a big state. I'm sure everything is totally different compared to what you're
Oh, it
accustomed to.
was. I thought it was going to be like the Disney cartoon, the Disney shows that I was watching while in Jamaica. And when I tell you, it was like
Oh,
the
Lord.
polar opposites.
So all the while when you're watching TV, you're like, okay, everything this, everything there. When you
Yeah,
get there, you realize, you know what?
yeah. Because when my mother told me I was going to, I got
This is
fired.
not
I
a
said,
fairy
"What?
tale.
Fine. We're gonna live in a two-story house. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have palm trees when we are walking at school and them things here." Um, but it wasn't like that. It was not like that. It was a lot more subtle, but it was still good. So when I moved to the US, um, I I didn't first of all, I didn't finish the third grade, so I had a lot of time to just mingle with the neighborhood kids at that before school started. So instead of having like a 1.5 month summer, 2 month summer, I had like a 4 month summer. So of course, I was very shy when I came because I didn't really know anybody. Even like my older siblings that were already in the US, I didn't really know them that much. So I was shy around them. I was very quiet. Um, and I felt out of place at first because I didn't know anything, and I didn't really, my mother didn't come with me, of course.
Right, right.
I was on the plane by myself, with a nurse, what was it, assistant, and I felt like, okay, like this is just a whole new world. So
Right, right.
it was nothing like the Disney shows, but I did like it because I realized that, you have neighbors that live next door that are very nice and friendly. It was a lot of, let me say, there was no black people. Let me just say that.
I got you. I understand, man. I understand.
And and we had neighbors that were very close by and they were very friendly, but I, as a child, did not know how to interact with them because it was kind of new to me. So I stayed in my bubble up until about sixth grade. So I didn't really start like mingling and making friends. So for me, it was more so I was just very quiet. I was just observant for the first 3 years. I was just paying attention to what, was around me, how school was. I actually, when I started fourth grade, I was actually bullied for being a foreigner. Even though most of the kids in
Wow.
my class at that time were Black, the fact that I was a foreigner, and I had an accent, it kind of,
Stop right there. This
yeah,
is exactly where I wanted you to go.
yeah, I didn't feel good a
Right.
lot of times.
When you
So
start speaking patois and stuff like that, folks make fun out of you.
huh?
When you speak the Jamaican patois, folks make fun out of you.
Yes. So, oh my gosh, I will never forget. So not only did the neighborhood kids have like, because certain things you would say in patois and American English, they kind of sometimes mean different things. But um but some of them are very small differences. For example, I remember one time I was in class in fourth grade, still the new kid, and I asked for tissue,
Hmm.
and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "I need tissue. There's no tissue in the bathroom." And them said, "Why would you need tissue for the bathroom? You need toilet paper for the bathroom, and use tissue to wipe your nose." And I was like, sure. I just need something for the bathroom. Like, like I
Yes,
don't
yes, yes, yes.
stay in the
Wow,
bathroom,
wow,
please.
wow.
And I was in fourth grade, and my teacher had to, I would just remember her coming over to my desk, and she sat with me, and immediately when she sat with me, I'm like, oh my gosh, no, all attention is on me. No, she has to explain something to me that I don't know, and oh my gosh, these kids are looking at me, and I'm already so weird because I'm the foreigner, and I already have an accent, and they are confused about that. Even though I'm speaking English, the accent just throws off. And I was just like, oh my goodness,
I
I just need
understand.
to
Trust
for
me, I
the
understand.
bathroom. Like,
All right.
to
So that was a funny moment in your life and stuff like that. Okay. So,
yeah.
if not music, Don Diva, what would have you done?
Oh my goodness. I was actually just having a conversation about this with my aunt earlier. So I wanted to go into the military, and then eventually pursue forensics. So that was my interest. So I was watching a lot of Law and Order, Psych, um, Criminal
I
Minds,
shows.
all of those shows at like 10, and I was hooked.
Same here, man.
Every
Same
day I
here.
come home from school, I'm watching Law and Order, Criminal Minds, all of these things. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to look at the dead body, but I want to know why he died. And that's all
Mm,
I could remember. I just wanted to know how he died, why he died, and why did this person kill him?
mm-hmm.
That was it. So yeah, so even though, I was just watching the shows when I later on when I turned 18, I actually was being recruited into the military, and then my mother talked me out of it because she was scared. So and then I was like, you know what, let me just think to myself about how I can't go into the military because my mother is scared.
Right, 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 right. So, are you a family person of your home?
As in, do I have a family?
Yeah, absolutely. Of your home.
No.
Mm. So,
No,
talk
I
to us.
do not.
Where's the
And
lucky?
hearing that. People keep asking me when I go out with my little cousins, they're always asking me, is this yours? I'm like, no, I do not have a chick or a child, and I do not want one right now. And then they go, well, why? And so because I myself is a child, and children should not have children. As old
There.
as I
So,
am.
what pivotal role that lucky guy played in your music career, or he's playing?
One more time.
What pivotal role that lucky guy is playing in your life, in your music career?
Um,
All right, say no more to it if you don't want to. If you don't want to get there.
okay.
All right, if you don't want to get it, that's all right. That's all right. Okay, so when I spoke to you a couple of days ago, you said to me you was trying to sing a lot more reggae. So you used to sing a lot of like dancehall music and stuff like that before you actually decided to go a little bit more conscious.
So it was a lot of R&B and dance hall, and I had to realize that it was more so what I was being exposed to, not really what I wanted to be a part of. Um, so when it came to what music I would listen to, I would always go to the latest release or the hot songs now, and I would listen to them. And everybody was listening to them. So at that time, it was like, okay, these are good songs, these are nice. And then when I did my first song, I realized that I was just not that type of girl, you know? And I didn't really feel connected to my song, and I didn't really feel connected to what I was trying to put out. Um, so it was really at that point where I'm like, okay, I'm already doing the dance hall, yes, but let's change the view. Let's change my perspective on how I want to do it and and how I want to deliver it to my listeners. Um, so yeah, it was the more I did the research and I understood reggae and the reason for reggae and listened to Bob and Skip and Lauryn Hill and all of these, amazing people, I was like, okay, Tanya Stevens as well, even though she's a bad girl still, but I had to realize, yeah, she was one of my big ones. I had to realize that the way they put out music for their listeners, they were
Mhm.
so connected to what they were putting out that
Right.
it didn't matter what they were talking about. You just felt the energy in their music. So whatever it was they're going through, it you even though you can't relate to it, you can still feel their energy through it. And I
You,
realized that was the difference between what I was doing and what has already been done in the past by the greats. So that kind of changed my mind and perspective on how I want to put out music and the type of music that I want to put out.
okay, interested since you said that. What
Yeah.
is dancehall music to Don Diva, and what is reggae music in your own words? Can you explain what is
To
reggae
me,
music?
so to me, dance hall is for lack of better words, is a way to just live in your alternate universe, when it comes to dance hall. Like whether it's just not thinking about anybody that's nearby, you're just feeling the energy of the music and you're just go on with it, you go on bust a one dance or so that to me that's dance hall. You just you
A
just
feel good kind of thing, like.
you just feel good to what
Mhm.
yeah yes and you just make their music take you. Now when it comes to reggae, I feel like that's a lot more soulful, that's deep, and that's expressive, and that is kind of how you tell a story, or you talk about what's going on in the world, or you ask for change from the world, you ask the world to change. So that's, I feel like, it's more like, when it comes to reggae, I feel like it's more direct when you are but direct to your audience,
It's more of a spiritual, deep connection. Direct.
yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So in order you would say if you want to deliver a message, you put it in reggae, and you bring the
Yes.
message across. And dancehall is more of a feel good kind of thing, like a rubbered up kind
Yes.
of.
Yes, mega hype you up, mega say, yo, see, he's a good girl. And then you make you feel good and get a little rhythm for bunks with and feel good. And then I say, say you can be a better girl. I would put it in a reggae and talk about how you can be a better person and, feel yourself and love yourself and respect yourself type of thing.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I don't want to drag you into this or anything of such, but if for me myself as a disc jock, sometime I will play certain music and what I try not to push it too hard or whatever it is. But
Mm.
okay, you say you used to listen to music from your great uncle or your uncle, and I would reckon you literally grew up hearing the Josie Whale, the King Yellow Man, and well, I mean, big up my good friend King Yellow, and quite a foundation artist and stuff like that. And you listening to those music over the years, um, how would you say it literally inspire you today? You need to speak up, sister. We can hardly hear you.
Come again?
We're not hearing you. You seem like you're on speaker or something.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So
can't hear you.
when I look back at how I
You still sound,
thought,
you're not audible. You still sound very low. Hmm. Yes, indeed, people. You listen to the Friday Night Vibes, King Rocco HG, alongside Jamaican dancehall reggae artist Don Diva. Let's see if we can get you now, Don. Yeah, go on.
yes. So when I look back at how
It's still kind of bit a little bit low, you know, than before. Before you were like real super nice and clean, loud. Yeah, you still sound kind of. I don't know what you did if you put it for the speaker or something, but yeah, you're not coming through as before. But let's see if we can get this work out. Uh,
no,
uh, yeah, we can hear you, but you sound very low, very very low. All right. If you were using a headset, maybe you should use the headset if you were using it without something. But you sound a little bit low. Hmm.
I did not change a thing. I did not
Oh
move my.
wow, I'm not too sure what happened there. Oh my golly, yeah, you sound a little bit low. All right, let me see if I can rectify this here quickly. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, people, this is Don Diva out of Kingston, Jamaica.
Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Thanks to life, now up from the stress. Celebrate life every day and begin. Yeah. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Thanks for life, now up with no stress. Celebrate life every day and begin. Yeah, we have set myself to the
All right,
test.
you can hear me? Let me see. Talk to me, hear you?
Give thanks for life, now up with no stress. One will have vibes,
Can you hear me, sister?
steps to achieve my greatness. Have no
You
regrets.
still sound a little bit low.
And I enjoy life.
Yeah, before you were
Now
loud and
now
nice. Now you sound low.
Put in the work for me, I
See.
think it the price.
Let's see if we can
Much
work
to
with it.
explore inside myself that I really want to know outside. What me really have to go, I'm young. Any limit me, I go. Clock start tick from the time that I rise up and feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, now walk with no stress.
Positive sound, people. Positive vibes right on Friday Night Vibes. King Rocco AG. Alongside dancehall recording artist Don Diva. Rise up. Yeah, I understand I can only talk, you know. I can't sing, so y'all better know that.
It's just fun.
What is a big up everybody who logged in right now, wherever you are, right across the globe, from New York City to Connecticut, Houston, Texas, Michigan, Panama City, Kingston, Jamaica, Georgia, and Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, St. Vincent. Locked in right now, Accra, Ghana, we got you guys locked up in the building. Switzerland, good morning to you, because about after 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that all day, all right? Vancouver, Canada, what's going on?
Yeah, we have time for myself to this.
Riverside, California, New Jersey, Chicago, what's up, what's up? Orlando, Florida, up in the building.
Well, I vibes, well, I made steps to achieve.
Fort Lauderdale.
No regrets, young. I'm
All right, people, let's see if we can get Don Diva up in the building. But big up Yellow Leo Labor Production, locked in right now. Champion, aka Stretch, aka Spider Boy. Only put name on that, you know. Sure. Yeah, all right, Don. Let's see if we can get you right now. Yeah, Don Diva, can you hear me? Hey, Don, can you hear us? Hello? Don Diva, can you hear us? Yeah. All right, people. Let's see if we can rectify this. All right.
You can hear me
All
now?
right, Don. I think we can hear you a lot better
All
right
right.
now. A lot better right now. Let us hear that beautiful voice, man. Come on. Yes, as you want me to repeat the question, or do you remember?
Just repeat it just to make sure I answer it
All right,
correctly, please.
great. No big deal. Yeah, the question that I ask you, um, you raise up hearing your great uncle playing a lot of music. You say he was a songman, so I reckon you actually raised up hearing the Dennis Brown, the Bob Marley, the Peter Tosh, the Josie Whale, etc.,
It's
etc.
fun. Mm-hmm,
Yes,
mm-hmm.
how those
Diva.
foundational artists' music really shape you today? What is your outlook?
So I feel like when I look back at the music I was listening to growing up, I feel like that is another reason why I changed my perspective on when it comes to music overall and what I want to put out. Because back then, the dancehall music and the reggae music was a lot more soulful, and you can connect with it. Or was it just good vibes, more good vibes and positive energy. That's how I was brought up to. So,
Mm,
alongside, a couple of the famous American artists, there was a lot of reggae artists and dancehall artists that were
right.
just pushing out positive things.
Correct.
So
Correct.
now I look back at that and I'm like, you know what? Growing up, this music made me feel great and it made me feel good. And this is what I really want. That's the feeling I want to get again. When people listen to my music, that's how I want them to feel. How I did when I was a child listening to this song. Me never know nothing what the people that I sing about, but still I felt so good and I wanted to be
Right.
a part of it. So I'm like, I I kind of brought those memories back now when I'm, writing and I'm performing and stuff like that, when I'm putting out my music. I want to feel like how I felt when I was a child, just being introduced to music, learning how to express yourself musically and lyrically and stuff like that. So now I'm more so, like I would clean up my lyrics a lot more. So I don't have to be explicit to really get my point across. So that stuff like
Right.
that is really what I took from that, and it's making me who I am as an artist.
Interested, Don Diva, quite interested. All right. You chose to sing conscious and clean lyrics.
Yeah.
Is it Don Diva as an artist? Are you a one-shot artist, or you want to be one of those artists? Your music can play in the church hall. It can play in the
What you
school.
mean? Yo, but tell people say if my auntie them can't listen to it, me not even want to put it out. You see me? If my auntie them can't, and all of my auntie them in a church, they're respectful, and with the way they speak and express themselves, I would want them to be able to connect with my music, because they are some of my biggest supporters. I can't call one auntie name that has not said, yeah, do your thing and go on do your thing. And that you want to do, go on do your thing. You know, from my siblings and my dad, I got teased a lot. But when it comes to my aunties, as godly as them is, they didn't care what it is, as long as I showed interest in it. I would even go to church with a certain auntie. And that was my favorite part of church, praise and worship, because we used to sing the song them like, from the top of your lungs in a church. And I'm
You got
like,
a sense of freedom.
yes, yes. So that was always my favorite part. And at one point, I even joined the church choir because I wanted to be a part of that vibe, that energy. Um, so yeah, man, if my auntie them can't listen to it, I mean, I really want.
So technically, Don Diva, um, I don't want to say pressured or anything of such. You got people that care for you, people that you look up to. So you're not only want to sing music. You don't want to sing music. Let's say like a quick fix, a quick shot. You want to sing music that is sustainable, something to keep
Yeah,
people going, something that people
yeah.
can enjoy. Rather,
And something that, has longevity in it. So no matter how old you are, you can listen to this song and feel good, or
100%.
you can listen to the song and it can bring you out of whatever you're going through. And then 10, 20, 30 years later, you can say, that was a good song and it made me feel, it bring me through a lot and it helped me through a lot. That is what I want from my music when I put it out.
Awesome, awesome. All right, I got only one track. Stretch said me, Champion said me only one song I got here from me. I wish I
Yeah,
got some more songs. But all right, let's get into this song rather because I believe it's a really positive song. Let's get into this.
yeah.
Yeah. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Thanks for life, now
Yeah, people, the song entitled "Rise Up" by Dalton.
I'm again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
To the test. Rise up, I'm feeling
Good.
blessed.
He's over the vibes to the Friday Night Vibes, King Rocco HD.
To achieve my greatness, have no regrets. I'm young.
Alongside Don Diva.
This is a good daydream. So much to explore inside myself that I really want to know inside. But I really have to go. I'm young. Any limit me, I go.
Yeah, yeah.
Big up the one and only kicking Rocco HD. You don't know. The best in reggae music.
Don Diva, people, listen up, listen up. Dancehall recording artists out of Kingston, Jamaica.
I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks to life, now walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day begins. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks to life, now walk with no stress. One will I vibes, will I make next steps to achieve my greatness. Have no regrets, I'm young. And I enjoy life. Now I'm sorry, now I'm so big side. Put in the words to me, I forget the price. So much to explore inside myself that I really want to know outside. What me really have to go, I'm young. Any limit me, I go. Clock start tick from the time that I rise up. I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, now walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day.
If you feel blessed, if you feel blessed, if you feel blessed.
I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, now walk with no stress. Will I vibes, will I...
What are you having a bad day or a bad night right now, people? Let me tell y'all something right now. Rise up, rise up, rise up.
Rise up.
Don Diva, people, listen up to the artists.
Sing like birds from the trees I puff while I'm young. I got to stay strong. I may have to make moves. Try one time. If me love it, pursue. If I fall down, I know how to rise up. But I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, don't walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day, me get. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up, but I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, don't walk with no stress. Well, I vibes, well, I make next steps to achieve.
You know when they say nice, you gotta play it twice. You know what, people? It's a
Yeah.
positive Friday Night Vibes. King Rocco, AG alongside Don Diva. So you know what? We gotta pull it up. We gotta pull it up.
No contest, be the best, just live it up. Positive mind, good vibes is the way to go. Humble yourself.
That tune that too bad. You can't play it one time. Pull it
Yeah,
up.
can't wait one time.
King Rocco,
Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Thanks for life, now walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day begins. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Thanks for life, now walk with no stress. Now will I vibes, will I make next steps to achieve my greatness? Have no regrets, I'm young. And I enjoy life. Now
I love this song, y'all. I love this song. Believe you me, I swear to you. I love this.
much to explore inside myself that I really want to know outside. What me really have to go, I'm young. Any limit me, I go. Clock start tick from the time that I rise up. I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, now walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day, me get. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, now walk with no stress. One will I vibes, will I make next steps to achieve my greatness? Have no regrets, just fun. Until the party done, don't want no one I tie me down. I'm a family straight, I'm a thing well up. Want sing like birds from the trees I puff while I'm young. I got to stay strong, I may have to make moves. Try one time, if me love it, pursue. If I fall down, I know how to rise up. When I'm feeling.
What is a special good night to all the listeners in Flatbush locked in right now? Manhattan, good evening, the bros, New York.
Rise up when I'm feeling.
Big up my Trinity people locked in right now.
Stress. Well, I bet till I make steps to achieve my greatness. Have no regrets. I'm young. I'm young while I'm young. I'm young and I'm not giving up. Gonna rise to the top. No contest, be the best. Just live it up. Positive mind, good vibes is the way to go. Humble yourself every day when you rise up. I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life. Don't walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day you get. Can't waste time. Put yourself to the test. Rise up when you're feeling.
Let us be a stress-free Friday night. You know what I'm saying? People, it's all with the vibes right now. Alongside Don Diva.
You're young.
Ooh, you're young. Well, I know I'm young,
Yes.
man.
Have no regrets while you're young. Have no
Yeah, Don Diva. Wow. Tell us what was the mess behind this song, man. One thing I like about the song, it have this positive, melodious tone to it, and it's like, yeah. Tell us about this song, man.
So, what inspired me to write this song? The only thing I can remember while writing this song is I literally woke up and I looked at my to-do list and I'm like, everything is feasible. I can do everything on my to-do list today. And the fact that it's not hard, and it might be challenging, but it wasn't hard to figure out how to do these things, what I needed to do, and how to get it done. And, I had to realize that every day that I get up and I procrastinate, it's just a waste of time. Every day I get up and you know, I take for granted the fact that I can get up and have breath in my lungs and I waste my time is something is that is what I regret, wasting my time. So then it's like every day I
Mm,
would get up and I'm like, you know what, I have a lot to be thankful for. Me not struggle,
mm,
me not in a need for nothing, me I do what I love do. And
mm.
me not have nothing that stress me out. Some things I let stress me out because I can't control it. And I have to realize that I can't control everything. The only thing I can do is just be a better person. So what I have to do, take care of what I have to do, and just thank God to wake up today and can do that. You see me? And then it will all work itself out. And by the time I finished writing this song, I think it took me about a week to finally get all the pieces together and the feeling and the message behind it. So during this time, I was telling myself to not worry about anything because once I expressed it and I say it out loud, that is all I need to do. Recognize that there's an issue, acknowledge it, and just do what I can to fix it. And it all works itself out. I can't tell you how many times I was stressing about something and it figured itself out just by me doing what I needed to do every day, as an everyday task. And, get up, you go to work, you clean your house, you take care of your body, you exercise, you don't walk with the stress that anything that if you're going through something at home, you leave it at home. You don't bring it out into everything that you do. So I was just realizing that a lot of the way I feel and how I do things had to go with my energy and what I was investing my time and energy in. So if I was putting my time and energy into
Very,
something I felt like was stressful, all I was stressed.
very
you know
interesting.
and then I realized that if I'm just acknowledge it and let it go, I don't carry that stress with me, so I can just go out and do what I have to do and think positive about it. And then things were just like, I felt like it was a miracle in that time where things were just working themselves out. And then I realized, like, I really don't need to stress about anything. There's nothing that I need to stress about. If I'm in this position, I'm in
Beautiful.
this position for a reason. And the way things were just going up until now, like me writing this song and staying in that mindset of, you know, when you rise up, just give thanks for life, you know, and then just do what you have to do. Just test yourself, challenge yourself, give yourself something that you didn't do yesterday to make sure you do it today. And I
It's
was
a
just
very
feeling so good.
motivational song. It's a
Yes, and I
song
was
you wake up in
so
the
good today.
morning, you wake up, you're trying to figure out what am I should do today. You know what? Man,
Yes,
if you don't feel like doing anything, get your butt up, get the broom, start sweeping and you just vibe to that song and you just do your
yes,
thing
and
and you know what? Yeah, you just start
mhm.
you just start bouncing right through the day. So
Yes,
it's a song you can certainly play for the whole. You can play it for the young. Anybody can
yes,
listen to the song. The
yes.
melody, the energy, the vibe, everything in the song, man. It is just beautiful, beautiful. What do you call that? Put together. So, um, before we continue, we got a few minutes or so remaining. The name Don Diva. Tell us about that name.
Oh my goodness. To be completely honest with you, here, Rocco, this name is very new. So initially, I was going by my middle name, which is
Okay.
Tiana.
Uh
Um, and I was
huh.
registered for music, and I realized that there were a million Tianas spelled the same way. And I'm like, how are people going to know which one is me if I'm just going by Tiana?
Hmm.
So let me give you a little bit of backstory. Tiana is a Greek origin word for princess.
Correct.
And it
Correct.
also means joy and happiness. And that is who I am as a person. So I felt like naturally it was the name that was given to me for a reason. That is who I am. And I'm a person who typically is joyful and happy and
100%.
playful. But then I realized, just like my initial first name, which I will not mention, it is very common.
I got you.
And
I saw it.
excited about my first thing is
Sorry.
that it was really coming. So, I was talking to my producer, Stretch, about it, and he was like, yeah, man, we have to get something that really, really, really just, says you. Like, Tiana says
Right.
you, yes, but we need something that focus really just on you, on your personality, and where you want to be in life. So just one morning we were talking about it, and he was like, no, let's try to find something else. And me and my cousin were there, we're on the phone with him, and we're trying to figure out names and stuff and those stuff. And a song was in my head the whole day, and I was joking around with my brother about it. I was like, planning something to do with my brother, and I was like, the Dance and the Divas are gonna go out and have a great day. And he was like, the Dance and the Divas? I said, yes. You
Don
guys are
Diva.
the dance, and us girls are the divas. We ain't get about it. Me not understand. So I bust out laughing. This one we was just laughing about it. And then shortly after that conversation, Stretch called me and him say, let's figure out a different name for you. And I heard a song, and I can't remember the name of the song for the life of me, but there's a line in the song saying Dance and Divas, something, something. I cannot remember what song it was, but that's the only
Uh-huh.
part
I think I know the.
stuck in
I,
my mind.
I think I know the song we're talking about.
Yes, I can't remember who sing it, but it was just the only part. So I was like, you know what? And I usually call myself a gangsterette. I'm a female gangster, but and all these things. And I'm like, that is just not a cute name to put on any. So, so come, and I said, I can't call myself a Dan because that's really malish. And I think I had said something like Dan Dada, or, and Stretch was like, oh, I really feel it. That's very malish. I was like, okay, what about the Don Diva? And then he
Don
was
Diva.
like, oh, Don Diva, I like that. I was like, yeah. So then we look it up now, we research it, and we think we research it for like a good 10 minutes. We're like, we got to make sure nobody else have this name. We have to make sure you're the only one. So we're looking on Google, Wikipedia, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're looking everywhere to make sure nobody else had this name. So we said, all right, nobody else had this name. Let's look up the definition for this name. So we look up the definition, and it means someone who is confident, established, self-motivated. I think it was like um, self something, and then established. And I was like, oh my goodness, like this is it. Like these are like they're just
The
describing
name
me.
suits you.
Like I feel like at this age, I figured out who I want to be in my life. I'm honest with myself. I am doing so much work to be a better person every day. Like I love who I am at this point in my life. I can honestly say I'm happy with who I am and the things that I'm doing at my age. And I feel like a lot of people don't have that. So I'm like, wow, for me to feel like this and then randomly come up with this idea for a
Right.
name for myself, and the definition of it is everything that I've been working on and putting into myself. It was just, and nobody else has the name. I was like, Lord, you just know.
That was a big step for you. So, if persons out there who want to find you, where are some of the platforms they can find your music?
So, um, well, my previous release single is under Tiana. So, and that's on all platforms, all streaming platforms. And Rise Up will be released on all platforms as well. I'm currently changing all of my official music things to Don Diva. So anything that's going to be released from now on will be under that name, but my first single is under Tiana. You can find the link in my Instagram, um Tiana She Is, or you can type in Don space D semicolon, no, I think it's a colon, D
Mhm.
colon VA, on Instagram. And TikTok is dot Don Diva. Facebook is Don Diva. Um, and I'm working on changing the Spotify to, but that's a lot
Yeah.
to go through. So it's processing.
So I'm looking at something. That's you. I'm looking at it. I can't click on the video to see, but thank you. That song. That's you, Tiana.
One more time?
The song, Thank You. You're the one who have that song there on YouTube. The song titled Thank You.
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
All right.
my original, my first single is called Side Chick by Tiana, and it's spelled with a Q, not a K. So SIDE space CHIQ by Tiana.
All right, so spell out one more time for me. Spell out one more time.
Side Chick, SIDE space CHIQ by Tiana, TIANA.
All right, gotcha. Gotcha. So yeah, so you were talking about the platform where your music at?
Everywhere.
Mm.
Yeah, it should be on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, um, and a couple of other ones. I know it's on.
All
There's
right.
another one. iHeartRadio, I believe. There's a few.
Right. So Tia, let me call you
I know
Tiana.
it's like
Don Diva, because I'm looking at the song. I call you Tiana. All right, Don Diva. So where are some of the places have you went and performed in Jamaica
that I would want to perform.
that you performed in the past?
That I performed. So my actual debut performance was Rubber Dub Tuesday, um, here in Kingston. And that was just the past Tuesday. So that's my first of actual performance. I would say over time I've been doing mostly just doing my song during like a karaoke night, and and then I would perform it at like small intimate gatherings. So I don't think they have any recordings of the small intimate gatherings or the karaoke because I typically don't record, but the official one I did for Rubber Dub Tuesday was recorded.
Awesome. How do you see yourself in the next 6 months or a year from now, Don Diva?
The next 6 months to a year, I definitely see myself with a few more singles, possibly an EP, um, and doing a couple live shows. I recently got another opportunity to perform live at a Jamaican themed restaurant. So fingers crossed for that. Let's see how that goes. I have to get back to the States so to get that started.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but I definitely see myself doing a couple more live performances and writing a few more singles with the same energy and uplifting vibe and stuff. So,
Where are some of the places in the world you're longing and you wish to go and perform?
oh, I would honestly say I haven't thought a lot about it, but as of lately, I was definitely thinking about performing in London. Um,
100%.
And yeah, for some reason, I was just like, but it's always been a dream of mine to go to Europe and explore London first and then everywhere else second. So I definitely see
100%.
myself doing that. Jamaica, of course, um, Orlando, Florida, DC, Maryland. So these are places that I've kind of thought about. Oh my gosh, it would be nice to be in those areas and talk, and perform in these crowds because those are like my family lives in those places as well as I have friends in those places who are, they go to concerts and
There's
stuff
like a
like
relation there with
that.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. If you got to collaborate with one artist out there, um, possibly one artist, nobody get up in the feelings here right now, yeah. But who would be the person you would love to perform with, or love to do a collaboration with?
Oh my goodness. At the top of my list is honestly Skip Marley.
You love
Like,
to perform with Skip Marley. All right. That's what's
I-
up.
you
That's what's
know,
up, girl. All right, that's what's up.
whew,
Okay, Don,
like Skip
Don Diva.
Marley.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. Is anybody you would like to shout out out there right now before we conclude this interview?
Definitely a shout out to my producer Stretch. He definitely helped me do that. And definitely shout out to my mentor slash manager slash best friend slash a whole bunch of other things, my life coach and all this to my close friend Nada who helped me make this connection and stuff. So she's been a great help. And then shout out to my friends, my close friends who have been motivating me to keep going despite me feeling like I wasn't good enough in times. And, you know, my brother has been doing a lot of uplifting to me lately, my brother AK, and yeah, so not only my sisters, but because I have another sister who sings and I have a different sister who writes amazing music. So definitely shout out to them because they've been, you know, they pushed me to at least do it to see if I like it. And yeah, I definitely have some support to give thanks for because for a long time I didn't think I could, and they definitely remind me that I can, especially my aunties too. Why, my auntie them. Yeah, them said, "You see, whatever you gotta do, just do it with love and do it good." And that's I'm gonna support you in what you do. So yeah, all of those
Big
people
up the
that
answer them and the whole network, and you know that is so important for you as a young
yes,
artist. As you see, you know, as they say in America, young cat, young cat up in the game right now. You know, you got that family support all around you
yeah,
and stuff like that. I think it goes a million miles. Trust me,
yes,
and that is good. And certainly want to encourage you, and you know, keep it pushing. So
yeah.
before we wrap up, Don Diva, to the youths them all day, what sort of encouragement you would like to give them?
Go with your hearts. You know, be honest with yourself and go with your heart. If you feel like there is something that you want to do that you're passionate about, even if you're just too shy to tell anybody else, at least be honest with yourself about it and give it a try. It will not hurt to try. Give it a try, and if you like it, push and get yourself the resources and whatever you need to keep you going. Because once you're passionate about it and it keeps calling you, you know it's meant for you. And you know it's going to be good as long as you put your all into it, you know it's going to be good. Yeah.
Quite powerful. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I hope this is your song. Let me play quickly so possibly you can hear it. I hope I put up no other artist. So let's get into this and see.
I'm a little nervous for this one.
Is that your song?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story.
This is
Is
a
that
game
yours?
changer.
That's it.
Yes, this is it. Yes.
All right. All
It's
right. We'll
a
play.
party.
Yeah, people listen to the side chick song. Well, it used to be Tiana, now Don Diva.
My bills not help me prosper. But as soon as me get the phone call, them same one come and take off the dress. Me have
I tell the people Don Diva, aka, well, I can't say aka Tiana because that's a government name,
Yeah.
but you know what? You used to be known as Tiana, now Don Diva.
Yeah.
When I even make no sense. I show me
Shut up on the waist man them, you know?
Oh, no, all of them. I have to recognize it. Yeah.
but as soon as me get the phone call,
Yeah, people check out on all the music platform Don Diva. But if you want to find this song, just check out people Tiana, all right? Yeah. Talented artists, people out of Kingston, Jamaica. Don Diva. What is a big shout out to the old Yellow Leo label production and producer Stretch, aka Champion.
Right, this will be fun. While I ship done. Gentlemen, miss my favorite one. Used to come give me the team, but him never stay along. One night, me go ask him man, yo, when you reach home, if you are share the John. Him say yes, me say me understand. If me just know she don't know, I'm in a share man. Me not see him, but me have morals. Vexing me and waste it all long. Me have to step back, take a look on my life. What they ask me, I do. This a scientific style. Something don't right. I mean, know another wine. Good girl like me, I feel the night.
Check out people on Instagram, Facebook. Check out music out people YouTube. Tiana, this is a name that she used to use before, but now she used the name Don Diva.
Just know the side chick done right, this will be fun. While I ship done my life. Lavish, money moves, at the topic. Good girl with bad habits. Me happy, happy. My life, I've been lavish. Good things.
He's up with the vibes to the Friday Night Vibes. King Rocco, AG alongside Don Diva.
Me happy. My life.
Yep.
Up.
Turn up,
Once again, I want to say big up you and yours, wherever you are, all across the globe. Into your number one station, UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. Yeah, people, we're gonna close out the interview with this song, from Don Diva.
Yeah. Rise up, I'm feeling.
Rise, rise.
Walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day me get. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life now. Walk with no stress.
If you feel blessed, say yeah.
Achieve my greatness. No regrets.
Here you go.
Now I'm sorry, now I'm so big side. Put in the work so me, I to get the prize. So much to explore inside myself that I really want to know outside. When me really want to go, I'm young. Any limit me, I go. Clock start tick from the time that I rise up. I'm feeling blessed.
Come on, people, if you're feeling down and outright, and maybe you're having a bad day or having a bad night, we want to encourage you to rise up.
Rise up.
Rise to the occasion. Come out of your troubles.
Yes.
Well, I vibes, well, I my greatness, have no regrets, just until the party done. Don't want no one to tie me down. When my family straight, I'm a ting well up. Want sing like birds from the trees I puff while I'm young. To stay strong, me have to make more. If I fall down, I know how to rise up. Feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, don't walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day me get. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up when I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life.
All right, you know what we're going to do, people? You know what we're going to do right now? You know what we're going to do? Listen what we're going to do right now. Don Diva, I want you to do a cappella. Not too long. I want you to do a cappella before we really wrap this up here. I really love this vibe. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got to go shortly, people. But I want Don Diva to do it a cappella. So y'all listen up. Listen up.
I can definitely do a verse and a chorus.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. You know, she's been saying she's shy. She been shy all the way. So let's draw out right now. All right, Don.
Ready. All right.
Ready.
Yeah. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life now, walk in the stress. Celebrate life every day, me get. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life, don't walk in the stress. Wow, well, I vibes while I make next steps to achieve my greatness. Have no regrets, I'm young and I enjoy life. Now I'm sorry, now I'm a beat side. Put in the work, so me have to get the prize. So much to explore inside myself that I really want to know outside. When me really have to go, I'm young. Any limit me, I go. Clock starting from the time that I rise up. I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life now, walk with no stress. Celebrate life every day, me yes. Can't waste time, put myself to the test. Rise up, I'm feeling blessed. Give thanks for life now, walk with no stress. Wow, well, I vibes when I make next steps to achieve my greatness. Have no regrets, I'm young.
Poop. Yeah, people. That's it. Don Diva, I tell you, sister, blessing love to you. Keep on pushing. Not even the sky is the limit. Definitely is a pleasure interview you tonight on the Friday Night Vibes. I want to thank your producer as well to making this possible. Enough love and respect to you, Don Diva.
Enough love and respect, King Rocco. It's a pleasure.
All right, cheers.
One will affect when I make next steps to achieve my greatness. Have no regrets, I'm young.
All right.
And I enjoy life. Now I'm